Let's talk a little bit about the difference between present perfect, simple, and continuous. The present perfect simple, you already know, we use it for past finished actions or experiences when we don't know the moment or don't know when the action happened. There's no point in the time looking at the past, okay? So we say he's had an accident, just as a comment. We are not referring to the moment he had the accident. In that case, you use the past simple, like he had an accident last week. Or they've been to Paris. They've been to Paris just mentions the experience in their lives. They've been to Paris, to London. We could also use to talk or to ask about situations that started in the past, but have a connection with the present. That's to say they have not finished. Like, I've been here for 1 hour. So you started being there in the past and you continue being in that place. Now let's have a look at the continuous. These can only be used with action verbs. That's to say dynamic verbs, not stative. And always to talk about situations that started in the past or have not finished. Like, have you been crying? And you see in the person clear evidence that the person has been crying. And why do we use the continuous? To show that continuity of action. We are very much interested in the process of what the action is talking about. Like in this case, is crying. Have you been crying? Why? What's wrong? And also to talk about continuous and repeated actions or situations from past with connection with present. Like, she's been calling you for days and you have never answered the phone. Like, repeated action. So that's the main difference. Let's have a look again and compare. For situations that are started in the past and still continues, we could use both, but we need to understand that for the simple, only stative verbs, like I've had this car for years. Remember that stative verbs are those types of verbs that can never be used in the continuous, and they show states of being, like have, live, be. I've had this car for years. I've lived in this place for years. I haven't been sleeping well. Sleep is a dynamic verb. It denotes action. And I haven't been sleeping well lately. We are emphasizing the action of the continuity of the sleeping. That's why we use it. We could also say, I haven't slept well lately. Sometimes they are interchangeable. Sometimes you could use both. We use present perfect continuous and not simple with the dynamic verbs. So always remember that. Pay attention to the type of verb you're going to use. That can help you decide if it's possible for the simple or the continuous. And apart from that, and after that, see if you want to show or give more emphasis to the action, like showing the continuity of the action, emphasizing the length, how long the situation lasted. Like, I have been waiting for hours. I couldn't do the dishes. I've been working all day. So in this case, the correct option is the continuous for the emphasis. Just that. Now look at finished or unfinished situations. The present perfect simple is always for the finished, for the actions in the past, when we don't say when, but that are finished. Like, who has eaten my cookies? We would say this if there are no more cookies. So you go to the the cookie jar, and you see that the cookie jar is empty, no more cookies, and say, who has eaten all my cookies? And the action of eating is finished. Now, who has been eating my cookies? We would say this if there are some cookies left, and people could continue eating the cookies. You see? So that's the main difference between one and the other. As I always say, interpretation, context is more helpful than translation and meaning. ¿Sí? Entendamos siempre el contexto, lo que queremos decir. Y eso nos va a ayudar a entender si va uno o va el otro, porque muchas veces en español, y más con los tiempos perfectos, nosotros decimos todo en pasado. ¿Quién se comió mis galletitas? Incluso quedando o no quedando galletitas. Para nosotros no es una diferencia, pero para ellos sí. Entonces, si no hay más galletitas, ellos utilizan el presente perfecto simple. ¿Quién se ha comido mis galletitas? No hay más. ¿Quién se ha estado comiendo mis galletitas? Implica que todavía quedan. Pero esto únicamente se entiende en el paralelo en inglés, porque si yo lo pienso en español, a nosotros no nos va a ofrecer sentido, ¿sí? Nos va a parecer raro. Entonces no nos va a dejar entender el tiempo perfecto, que es un tiempo verbal que se entiende poniéndonos desde la vereda del inglés y pensando que ellos es un tiempo verbal que utilizan muchísimo. Ahora, actions with present results. Veamos acá. Present perfect simple. Si el present result viene de algo que completó, ¿sí? Lo que decíamos antes de las cookies también. Look, how nice my car looks. I've washed it. Mira qué lindo que está mi auto, ¿sí? Lo lavé. Nosotros decimos lo lavé. I have washed it. Excepto que diga en inglés, I washed it yesterday. ¿Sí? Mira qué lindo que está, lo lavé ayer. Ese en inglés es pasado simple. Si no aclaro ayer, es presente perfecto. ¿Mm? Y el continuo es si lo que estamos viendo es el proceso de la acción. Disculpa que estoy todo transpirado. Sorry, I'm so sweaty. I've been washing my car. Entonces es como que yo veo como resultado de ese proceso del lavado del auto. Okay? So that's important to understand the difference. Now, how long versus how many or how much? When we talk about the duration of an action, remember before when I said that for that we use present perfect continuous. Like I've been writing emails for hours. I've been waiting here for hours. We're talking about how long the situation or the duration of the action and it took. But in present perfect simple, we talk about how many things or how much of something we have done. Like I've written 20 emails. I've eaten 3 cookies, only 3 cookies, or I've lived here for 2 years. So that could also be used saying 2 years. Quantity, how many years? But that could also be interpreted with how long. How long have you been living here? And in that case, I transfer to present perfect continuous. Entonces, si vamos a hablar de duración de algo, vamos con el continuo. Si vamos a hablar o referirnos a cantidad, vamos con el presente perfecto simple. Okay, I hope you have understood this topic. Espero que lo hayan entendido un poquito mejor y que mis videos los ayuden a progresar con su gramática. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.